All right, everyone, what's going on? Today we are looking at more redistrictings from the states of Texas and West Virginia. This is a 2-for-1 because this has all happened within the past week. Let's just check up the recent update. So we have 6 states that have their congressional maps, as you can see right here: Oregon, Nebraska, Texas, Indiana, West Virginia, and Maine. We've made a video on Indiana already, and if you haven't seen it, I highly suggest you go check it out. And, let's first off talk about West Virginia. West Virginia is one of the states in this redistricting process that lost a seat. They are one of the very highly Republican states that lost a seat. They had 3 districts. If you check out the old map, here they are. Right here, 3 districts. Well, they had to slim it out to 2. There's not real much difference. There's no real way to get a Democrat seat in this. So, I mean, it's exactly what I expected. It's the exact same thing. As you can see by the efficiency gap, the median seat is still kind of the same. And, so Jim Justice signed that to law on October 22nd. So it's been exactly 4 days since he signed this into law. So David McKinley or Alex Mooney will represent the 2nd district in West Virginia, and Carol Miller will still represent the 1st district of West Virginia, as her district is still the same. And that's where we are at West Virginia, but there's a lot to talk about when you look at the state of Texas. Texas is extremely gerrymandered. If you just take a look at this old map, you can already see the difference. You see the difference right here in southern Texas with these competitive districts. You can see it a little bit in Dallas and in Houston a little bit. But now you look at it and it's just pure red. There's no competitive or lean. It's just pure red. The only lean is Tony Gonzalez's district, which isn't even that lean of a district. It's just Republican plus 13, which basically you could call a safe Republican district. You look at the old map difference. Look at it. There were, as you can see, 6 highly competitive districts, 8 competitive Republican districts, 14 solidly Republican districts, and 8 solidly Democrat districts. That was the old map. Now, there are 12 solid Democrat districts, 1 competitive Democrat district, 1 highly competitive district, 1 competitive district, and 2 solid Republican districts. You could just tell the difference. The Republican districts go from 14 solid to 23 solid. That is a huge difference, and Republicans took huge advantage of the redistricting opportunity they have, which they might not have for long, because of the 2022 race for governor, which is looking to be very competitive between Greg Abbott, and Beto O'Rourke. This was signed into law yesterday, as today is October 26th. This is an extremely gerrymandered map. You could just take a look. I mean, just look. All these districts were competitive, and now they somehow, just look at these lines that are drawn, specifically in the 35th district. As you know, Texas gained 2 districts, and this is one of the new ones. Look at this. They cut off this line right here so that they're connected, because if you don't connect the districts, they can't be a district. So they have this really, really slim line, and this really, really slim line connects San Antonio to Austin, and that is why it's an extremely Democrat district. Now you take a look at the old map, and you can see the line isn't as slim, but you can see the difference when it comes to this, because the Republican part takes over this land right here, which is Republicanized. And you can just see that's 1 district right there. I just wanted to point out. Let's take a look at Houston. Just the Houston metropolitan area in general. You take a look at it, it's not that bad. And then you look at the old one, and you can see how competitive it was. Now, they've just made it extremely safe Democrat or extremely safe Republican, and they didn't make it competitive at all, because you take a look at Dan Crenshaw's district right here, it was lean Republican, and it was actually very competitive for Crenshaw to win it almost every year, if you take a look. So you take a look at the 2nd district, which is what Dan Crenshaw represents, you can see that he won by a margin that, isn't really that slim. I mean, it looks big, don't get me wrong, but now it goes from R plus 9 to R plus 27, just like that. Now, the one that I really want you guys to look at is Dallas. Just get a good look at this. Look at these lines that are drawn, especially right here. Look at this district. They take these areas of Dallas and they make it one really weird district. I mean, it's not a normal district. You look at this, you're like, oh yeah, this one can, let's take a look at Texas's 6th congressional district. This is kind of like a regular, well, except for that part. That's a bad example then. This right here, Texas's 1st district, is kind of like a regularly drawn district. You can see it. It's regularly drawn. But then you take a look at this district, the 33rd district. It is drawn in a way that is so gerrymandered that the Republicans get the advantage right here, like in 6th district. It takes over this Republican area, which makes Jake LZ's seat really safe. You take a look at Roger Williams, it also does the same thing. You look at the old map, and it was competitive. This entire area was competitive, besides, obviously, this Dallas, where most people in Dallas live. 6th district was lean, and now it's safe, because they take over more land down here, and then they get the population part of their district from right here in Dallas. So you could just see the gerrymandering, and you could see it in the 32nd district too. I mean, just look how funky this line is drawn. And now you take a look at this district, and it was competitive. D+2, Colin Allred. Well, now he has a better chance of winning, but Republicans also have a better chance of winning. So, you know, Democrats do get more solid districts in this redrawn map. They do get that, as you can see right here. But the Republicans take over a majority of the lean Republican seats, or I could say all of them, and then a majority of the competitive seats. There's only one competitive seat, and it's this one. It's a brand new one, and the partisan lean is completely even. So I just want to know what your guys' opinion on this extremely gerrymandered map. And if you are a Democrat, I'm just going to give you a sign of relief or hope, you could say. This is the Democrat plan in Illinois, which we will go over once if it is approved, but it is gerrymandered. I mean, this is the Democrats fighting back for after what happened in Texas. You can just see how funky these lines are drawn right here, like this one. You can just see it, and I'm going to tell you now, this is gerrymandered, and we will talk about it if it is approved. But for now, this is where we're standing with redistricting. Once a new state gets approved, expect a new YouTube video. I didn't really want to make a YouTube video based on West Virginia just because there wasn't much to talk about if you truly think about it, besides that they lost a district. But with Texas, there's just so much to talk about. You know, they gained 2 districts, and then it's extremely gerrymandered, and it probably won't go without a fight. Democrats are going to fight this. It might get called back if the fight works, but chances are it won't work. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.